What's up, readers? Welcome back to Unread Book Summary. Thanks for being here no matter where you're watching or listening from. Smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss a summary. Okay, let's unpack this one. Imagine just for a second a single concept, like one idea that could genuinely lift the weight of worrying about what everyone else thinks. All the drama, the endless cycle of trying to manage everything and everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory. It's this really powerful approach that promises, well, a whole lot of personal freedom. Our mission here for you listening is to really get under the hood, not just understand what let them means on the surface, but how it connects with let me to become this undeniable tool for actually redesigning your life.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating about it, I think, is that it's not just telling you to be passive, or just roll over and accept things. It's much more strategic. It's a conscious shift in where you put your focus, and it's not just fluff either. It's backed by thinking from psychology, neuroscience, even some ancient philosophies, really. The whole point is helping you guard your time, your energy, focus on what truly matters to you.
Okay, this is where it gets super interesting because it came from such a real place. Mel Robbins herself, right? She was 41, facing, I think it was like $800,000 in debt, unemployed, feeling totally lost. That's when she first came up with her 5-second rule, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing.
The countdown to just do something, to break inertia.
Exactly, but let them. That theory actually came later, and it was sparked by something so relatable, her son's high school prom. She found herself completely stressing out about a corsage and last-minute dinner plans for his friends, trying to control every tiny detail.
Which really makes you think, doesn't it? Why do we have that instinct? Why do we try so hard to control things, especially other people, when deep down we know we can't? It was actually her daughter who kind of called her out on it, wisely said, Mom, if Oakley and his friends want to go to a taco bar for pre-prom, let them.
Huh, yeah. Just like that.
And that moment, it just highlighted this fundamental thing about humans. We crave control. It's kind of hardwired, but you absolutely cannot control another person. And every time you try, it just backfires, mostly by ramping up your own anxiety and stress.
Right. So, okay, what does this actually look like day to day? How do we use it? You mentioned it's 2 parts.
Yeah, exactly. The let them theory isn't just let them. It's really let them plus let me. That's the full equation.
Okay.
So let them is the first step. It's about consciously deciding to release your grip on what other people say or think or do.
Like the small stuff. The long queue at the supermarket or someone coughing on the train.
Yeah. Or even bigger things like a friend who's always late or a colleague who, gossips. You can't change their behavior. Trying to just drains you. So you just let them be them. But the crucial part is you can control your reaction, your internal state.
Okay, so acknowledging what's outside your control.
Precisely. And that's where the neuroscience bit comes in. Dr. Aditi Nurikar, she's a physician at Harvard Medical School, explains how stress basically hijacks the thinking part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, puts you in survival mode.
Fight or flight.
Exactly. So by consciously thinking or saying let them, you're kind of hitting a reset button on that stress response. You're creating a little space.
And that space allows for the second part, let me.
You got it. Let me is where you step back into your power. It's about taking full ownership of your actions, your thoughts, your feelings in response to whatever they're doing. So take the example of, say, your boss isn't promoting you, keeps dangling it. Instead of just stewing, it's, okay, let them string me along if that's their choice. Pause, then let me take action. Let me update my resume. Let me look for a place that actually values what I bring.
Wow, okay. That shift from feeling passive or victimized to being proactive, that feels huge. It really puts the control back where it belongs with you. And I can see how this applies everywhere. What about, emotional reactions? Someone's having a meltdown.
Right, an adult acting like a toddler, maybe. Instead of jumping in to fix it or calm them down, which often doesn't work anyway, just mentally step back, let them have their outburst.
Yeah.
It's literally not your job to manage another adult's emotions.
That takes practice, I bet.
Oh, definitely. It's not easy at first.
And comparison. We all do that,
Yeah.
comparing ourselves to others.
Mel Robbins makes a useful distinction there. Is the comparison torturous, focusing on stuff you can't change, making you feel awful? Or is it a teacher? Is it showing you something that's actually possible, something you might aspire to?
Yep.
If it's the first, you got to shut it down. But if it's the second, the teacher kind, then it's, okay, let them lead the way, show what's possible, and then immediately, let me get inspired. Let me get to work on my own path, my own goals.
That reframes jealousy or envy into motivation. I like that.
Exactly. It's about using that energy constructively.
So what about relationships? This must be massive for friendships, family, romance.
Huge. Absolutely huge. In any relationship, using let them is incredibly revealing. It allows people to show you who they really are through their actions, not just their words. Think about friendships. They naturally change, right? People move, priorities shift, energy levels change.
Yeah, sometimes they just fade.
Right. And instead of forcing it or feeling guilty or resentful, if it's not working, if the energy isn't there, let them go or let the dynamic shift. And then the crucial part again, let me proactively seek out and build connections that do feel right, that are reciprocal. Mel talks about doing this when she moved, not waiting, but actively building her community.
Okay, so it's not passive acceptance of loneliness. It's letting go of what isn't working
Yeah,
to make space for what can.
precisely. And even when supporting someone who's struggling, say, with addiction or making poor choices, our instinct is often to rescue, to fix.
To shield them from consequences?
Yeah, but that can actually prevent them from learning and healing. So it becomes let them face the natural consequences of their actions, which sounds harsh, but is often necessary for growth. And then let me offer genuine support, love, boundaries without enabling the behavior. That's a tricky balance.
Definitely tricky. And love. Romantic relationship.
Oh, yeah. If someone's behavior is confusing you, if it feels inconsistent, if it doesn't match up with what you want or need in a relationship, stop trying to decode it. Stop making excuses for them. Just let them show you who they are through their actions or inaction. Their behavior is the message.
Oof. That's a tough one.
It is. But it saves so much heartache in the long run.
Mhm.
Because then you can say, let me choose a relationship, let me invest my energy where my values are met, where I feel respected and cherished. It's about choosing alignment, not forcing a fit.
This whole deep dive, it really circles back to something profound, doesn't it? It sounds like the ultimate message is, you are the love of your life. By letting go of that need to control everyone and everything else, you reclaim all this energy, this focus, and you pour it back into the most important relationship you have, the one with yourself. That becomes the foundation.
Absolutely. It's like you can't control the weather, right? You can't command the clouds or stop the rain. But you absolutely can choose whether you bring an umbrella, wear a coat, or maybe even decide to dance in it. You choose how you navigate. The cost of not using let them is basically fighting reality all the time. It's exhausting. And the cost of not using let me, that's missing out on your own life, your own potential, waiting for others to change. You genuinely have so much more power than you often realize to shape your experience. It really is. It's all on you.
Wow. Powerful stuff. A simple phrase, but definitely life-changing potential.
Takes practice, but yeah, worth it.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with us here at Unread Book Summary. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss the next adventure. See you soon.